Peep this WOM. Should we say again? Peep this word of mouth. This is episode 22. I'm with my crew, and they all spit hot fire.
Except you.
Oh! Super hot fire.
Why not?
How's everyone doing?
Good, man.
Good, man.
Good, we're doing
We ain't do no shameless plug, so we gonna shameless plug again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So we got the Vent Doctor.
Yeah, he's here.
We got the Snack Kings.
We got the Snack Kings.
What else we got, bro?
Right now, that's all we really got right now.
All
We
right.
got vending machines, we got duct cleanings, we got chimney cleanings, dryer cleanings. Working on just absorbing these companies that are failing right now, some of the ones that are also doing well. So if you know any of your local businesses that are up for sale, reach out to me, all right? I'm looking to purchase.
Ooh, Mr. Blue Wolf, a.k.a.
Blue Wolf. You can follow me here.
a.k.a.
BLU_WULFF.
_ 100 bucks.
$100.
AKA
dropped out that new song.
Idea.
Mm-hmm.
Paranoia.
Paranoia.
Oh,
my man KTM son.
That joint is fire.
Fire. Super hot
Yes.
fire.
Mr.
Super hot.
Yes, wise guy.
Yes, wise guy.
I like this is accolades. He don't want to let y'all know motivational speaker.
Yes.
Yeah.
He be getting people lit out here.
Yes, he does.
Good
Know
quotes.
that.
Yeah.
I
All
didn't
right.
even know that.
Great pictures. He's also a model.
Yeah.
Yeah, he takes pictures. You know what I mean?
Well
Model for your
dressed
girl,
gentleman.
bruh. And I'm a whole world, bruh. I make her do a twirl, bruh.
And then
Give her some of that chocolate swirl, bruh.
you know what I'm saying? Yo,
She go
And he's
like a squirrel, bro.
Drake.
yo, I want y'all to go check him out on Spotify.
Yes.
It's run them numbers up. If you don't want Spotify, we got Apple Music,
Tidal,
Tidal,
Deezer, Napster,
Napster,
LimeWire,
LimeWire,
YouTube, TikTok,
YouTube, TikTok. What else?
TikTok.
Instagram, check his song. Use this song for a
Facebook.
story.
Yeah,
Yo, use the song for a story, yeah.
Yeah, what else?
everywhere.
Everywhere known to man.
I'm
That
already in your bedroom.
platform.
What's the problem?
Listen,
trying to turn you on.
appetizers, big enough, whatever you want.
Fantasy.
Turn
Cut
me
you
on so I
off.
can turn you on.
Yo, listen, Paris is on its way.
Paris.
There's so much
Paris.
songs. There's so much songs that if you, he's a well-rounded artist. If you want to listen to something that suits you,
Yes.
trust me, from the streets to the bedroom.
Or if your girl want to listen.
Woohoo!
Got a little bit
Even
of
that.
everything.
Trust. He'll see
Even-
It's like
Or if your
Drake.
man want to listen.
Even me.
Oh.
Poppy,
Listen, everybody's a customer.
Poppy
Yeah,
is
right?
moving.
That's right.
Poppy.
Poppy's moving. She
Paranoia.
knows. Paranoia.
Ooh.
What's the song again?
She knows.
Yeah, I said she knows.
Okay.
What's the other one? With G and me and you.
Love affair.
Love Affair.
Love
Why did I
Affair.
forget that? Love Affair. Fire.
Yes.
More songs to come. I got more in the cut. Y'all been rocking with Big
Interstate Thoughts.
Sexy. Interstate.
Big sexy.
That's what it is. Big Sexy.
Big sexy.
The girls be
That's
like
right.
in the DM, like,
Oh,
put
God, Big Sexy.
put your gun on me. Never stop.
Big sexy.
Don't they ask you that? Can you just give me a hug?
Has anybody ever been called Lil Sexy?
Baby doll.
Probably.
Somebody had to be called
It's a
Lil
possibility.
But what about
Yeah,
me?
There's got to be a
What
rapper
about,
named Lil
like,
Sexy.
medium sexy? What up, medium sexy?
Nah, it's got to be
medium
big or small. It's got, like, you know, I'm medium
What
sexy.
up, fragile sexy? What? Oh, man.
Delicate sexy.
Extra small sexy.
Extra
So
small
Jonte.
sexy.
Yes.
Yo, we know you got the fire quotes.
Yes, yes.
I thought I had the fire quotes. What the hell?
You got
The fire bars?
Fire quotables.
Oh, okay, fine.
Ooh,
Yeah.
fire quarter bulls.
And we got the fire quotes.
All right, all
Well,
right.
that's fine. All right, fine. I'll settle.
All right. So I think, therefore I am Rene Descartes. It was pretty simple, straightforward, straight to the cut. Whatever we associate our mind with, whatever we are doing in our day to day, that is who we will become. So if I think that I can't, I can't. If I think that I can, I can. And it goes to show that, like biblical, you know, power of life and death lie within the tongue. So your words are very powerful. Your thoughts are very powerful. So try to be mindful of that and self-conscious of it.
That's fire.
It all starts in the head, right?
Exactly.
They say that the tongue is sharper than any two-edged sword. So we can bring life and we can bring death.
Yes.
So watch how we speak. So a
And
lot
watch
of
how we
times-
think.
Yeah,
Yes.
it starts here.
Yeah, think
Yeah.
Starts
out to the speak.
Yeah, so fire quote, man.
Mm-hmm.
Fire quote
Comes from the brain.
comes. Yo, bro.
Was you good?
Usually we do spotlight. Today we're gonna try something a little different. So, what is the social media topic of the day? No, just
It's nighttime, you know.
yeah, is it? They didn't know that. Yeah, so we shooting at 6 a.m. You trying to say
Man,
it's nighttime.
you
Stop
please,
playing.
you crazy.
Ah, man. Go
All right.
ahead.
What we doing for this
4:30
one?
a.m.
So one of my favorite rappers and moguls and entertainers, successful people of all time, is 50 Cent. I always like to model my.
Oh, I thought it was Ice JJ Fish.
Listen, he a close second.
Okay.
He a close second. You know, respect to you, bro. But I've always tried to model my mindset of music business by what he says, because he's always just been super driven and accurate, and like, I don't want to say he don't miss, but it's just he's been right about a lot of things.
Yeah.
And he made a point that nobody really owes you anything. You don't owe anybody else anything. So
I like how you said that too. You saw his face.
yeah, he's like, nobody owes you anything.
Maybe the meme mug.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
you
real.
know.
That's that New
That's
York
that G in the mug.
Yeah.
But I want to show you guys what he said, and I want to talk about it, and then let's break it down. So let's see.
Older, the one thing that becomes clearer to me each and every day is that I don't owe anyone a thing, and neither do you. I've seen a lot of people pollute their potential after sipping from the well of entitlement. This is certainly true of many of the people I've been associated with over the years, even my own son. What they need to understand is that you should never feel like the world owes you anything. It doesn't. You must accept that it's all on you. That might seem like a very cynical way to view the world, but I would argue that it's actually liberating. You can only feel betrayal when you feel like you're owed something from someone. You can only feel resentment when you had expectations for assistance. When you accept that it's all on you, only then can you finally be free to focus 100% on being the best version of yourself.
Yes, sir.
So I want to put an asterisk on this for a second.
What, somebody wrote that for him?
No,
Okay.
I doubt it. But I want to put an asterisk on, like, when I say you don't owe anybody anything, I want to remove responsibilities. Of course. So obviously, like childcare and paying your taxes and stuff. You know, we're gonna put those to the side.
Hey, Uncle Sam.
Hey, you don't know why nothing, bruh.
Okay, you find yourself in the jail. You go old big sexy in a few minutes.
Yeah, for real.
Damn.
Ready for this cock meat sandwich?
Hey, man.
Come on, big fella. All right, but
I got them cheeseburgers.
oh man.
Fries
But,
across your eyes.
I really do try my best to live by this, because when I tell myself that nobody owes me anything, it really just sets this precedent in my mind that it's on me to achieve my dreams, achieve all of my aspirations.
Exactly.
And I do feel like a lot of times, especially in music, I do see on social media people like, oh, you should listen to me. Oh, I'm better and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, that may be true, but they don't owe you a listen.
Right.
You got to give them a reason to listen. The same way you got to give me a reason to watch your show. The same way you got to give me a reason to come buy your food. They don't owe you nothing.
Right. Damn thing.
What do you think?
Yeah.
No, you hit it on the head. Tell you the truth, this is one topic that probably don't need to say much on, because itself.
It speaks for itself.
It speaks for itself.
Yeah, I think you've really gotten to that point where you now are creating so much for yourself because you're happy. Like, I remember when you were trying to figure out what you had to do to create happiness for others and create this thing, and I was like, man, this dude. But you really have changed. I'm impressed. You've changed to just be c'est la vie, let it all go. I'm getting what I got to get.
That big sexy mode.
But you know what? Right? You know where that came from, right? A good therapist. Good therapist started telling me, stop doing for others all the time and neglecting yourself.
Yes.
You're trying to put everybody on. Put yourself on.
Yeah.
And then if you choose to put anybody on, fine. If not, that's fine.
Yeah.
Start living life for you.
If you
I've been doing it for others forever.
Yes,
if you put the world on your shoulders, you don't have a world to walk through.
Right.
Wow. That's a deep one, too. That's a deep one. That's a mic check. Man, that's
Demon.
Yeah, that's right. Pull that
Man,
money.
you really don't.
Hey, whoa.
You know what's so funny?
Right now. Hey, I know it.
like putting
Pull
it down.
Hey,
Yo,
yo.
put your mic down. He's like hitting that metal.
But
I would say the other day I ran into my dad in the parking lot, right? And I had to talk to
You
my
ran
dad.
into your dad. Is he okay?
Well, that's a good one. I was
on
driving through the parking lot randomly at a Walmart, and I happened to be in a location because the client asked me to be there for.
Yeah, but you saying this as you don't know your father.
I know my dad. Okay.
Yeah, I ran into him. Daddy.
Backstory.
But what did you owe him? What did you owe him? What did you owe him? What did you owe him?
Nothing.
Why so?
I felt like I owed him at least an explanation of, hey, I'm good over here, Dad. I know you haven't
Nice.
seen me in some months. We talk on the phone. I haven't seen you in some months. Me and my mom were having a little strange over communicating conversation. We're just expressing too much of our emotional feelings about each other. I was like, you know what? We should probably just end that conversation now and talk to each other later. But him and I, we haven't talked since I don't know, probably All-Star break for NBA season. You guys be a judge of what time it is now. So when I started talking to him though in the parking lot, it was like all great stuff, but I didn't feel like I had owed him anything. Like, oh, I gotta look out for my dad like I used to. I remember birthdays, Christmases, buy him a watch, buy a Rolex. I bought my dad a Rolex. Buy him jerseys, stuff that he liked, And then I realized that one day, I don't have to take care of my dad and make him happy with gifts as he's aging out. It would be nice. I would like that for my kids to buy me a nice gift, Father's Day and stuff like that.
Buy you a nice tie.
Yeah, but I know
Nice socks.
originally,
Nice
I know
socks.
at some point
A belt.
my kids are gonna be off with their significant others,
they
with
living
their
their
partners.
life.
Yeah, they don't owe me jack.
Yo,
After you're done
set
taking
the
care of your kid.
standards, though. A Rolex?
Yeah,
Yeah, give your dad a watch.
My
Give him a
dad better
Rolex,
not
give
even
him a nice
dare.
watch for his birthday. An Invicta, there you go.
Alright,
Give
okay.
him something nice.
Alright.
And Invicta's a beautiful. I love Invicta. Team Invicta all day.
Invicta.
Well, I
Those are
think
nice.
that
What was I
sometimes
saying?
it's a little bit toxic, like in all cultures with taking care of family members in general. They make
Yeah.
you feel like you owe this to your family. I'm like, for what?
Yeah.
Damn.
Like
Every
it's true.
every pro athlete, I owe my mom to get a house. I owe my dad to get out of this situation.
Like,
right? Owe my people from the block.
Don't even get me started on the block.
But would you let your mom go into a nursing home?
Of course
No.
not, because I respect her and I care about her.
She can
It's
come live on the
different.
property.
Like, it doesn't come from a feeling of I owe you. It comes from a feeling of I want to take care of you and I want to make sure you're okay. When you come,
We have to differentiate it.
exactly.
Though, you know?
But the problem I think a lot of times, especially when it comes to family, is that they make you they try to make you feel like you owe somebody something. I'm like, listen, I thank you for you helping me out and stuff, but I don't owe it. I
No,
don't owe you
wise.
nothing.
You owe me to go get a degree and get a college. That's why I brought you
if
to this
you-
world.
well,
to go
if
get me a degree.
She pays for it, so then
See?
yes, like that's.
Yeah.
But that's an exchange. That's an agreement.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm under
Yeah.
contract, verbal agreement of some sort.
Yeah, that you
I
would go
understand.
continue studying for that.
Yeah, but it's like.
But your
being-
parent, my
Yeah,
mom,
it is.
Contract, nigga.
my mom never
them student
charged you
loans,
rent.
bro.
My mom
Yeah.
charged me rent when I got my first job. I was paying $1,000 a month.
That's
for
I
rent.
think that's a topic we're gonna need to talk about.
Yeah, communal
about
living
like
and those type of
Owing family members
like
stuff?
seeing
There are
like
people
how
right
black
now.
families, like the black parents are like, oh,
Yes.
you got to be paying rent. Well, other families they encourage them to save.
Right.
That way, that when they leave the nest, they're good. Bro,
But
I
the-
knew. Go ahead.
No. Talk about what you knew.
My one of my first guys I learned boxing through, he had a roommate. He moved to a very nice area in Queens. And his roommate said, yo, when he first got his job after he left from college, his parents allowed him to stack up 50 to 60 G's.
Not surprised.
In 2 years, he was out.
That was the agreement.
We don't hear that really a
don't-
lot.
No, that doesn't happen
That
a lot.
kind of
Stuff in our-
encourage
we
and
don't teach that.
support
No.
from our community. It's
Not
like
at all.
get out there and figure it out, you know? But
We're not as communal as we used to be. But then we try to force community onto each other. Like I'll be the
Yes.
first person to admit, if the only time I see you was at a wedding, a funeral, or a baby shower, or whatever, don't come to me for anything.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
don't think I owe you anything either. And I even with my friends, it's like I'll do my best by you guys, but at the same time, I don't feel like you owe me anything. No matter how much I may want something from you, no matter how much I may desire, you don't owe it to me, and I don't expect it from you. I go out there and get it myself.
Right.
It ain't easy, but at the same time, I sleep easier knowing that, oh man, I wish my such and such would do this thing. I wish my friends and family members or whoever will listen to my music. But like I told you before, there's a difference between family, friends, and fans.
yes.
And when I don't expect my family and friends to be my fans, it's like, all right, well, this is what I got to focus on, my fans.
Yes.
My friends can tell me whatever they want about my music, whatever, but it's like, you're not my fan. I don't owe you anything.
Yo, you're
Your
absolutely
sole
right.
focus is your fan base anyway, so.
Yep,
Exactly.
that's what I am with my businesses. My clients are my fans. I focus so hard on them that even sometimes, shout out to y'all, because a lot of these clients still hit me up and they're like, well, I got your number through this company, PC Richard & Son, or this furnace company.
Wow.
I swear, and I've never advertised, never marketed with any of these companies, but I always tell my client, I'm appreciative that they reached out to me because they didn't drop me by name. They talk about me like they know me. Client today, I saw this old man, not older man, sorry, seasoned gentleman. He called me to have a dryer line switched out. I was like, sure, I'll do that for you, not a problem. I'll come right over after this job. I get to the house. He's like, they told me about your company. They say you're a really good guy. I could tell over the phone that you're good. When you got here and everything, you're awesome. And this guy, he was a plantation owner down in the South back in the day. We talked about that stuff. But it was funny. He was like, but they never told me you was a brother.
Did somebody like stir some tea in a little, thing? You feeling okay there, bro?
Get out reference.
I was out. I did my job.
He said I got out.
When I saw him in the jumpers on that field, that big old field, I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Sunken place.
I got out. We talked for a little bit, but it was nice that he was like, they told me all this stuff about you, but I didn't know you were a brother. And I was like, but I don't know these companies either that are using my name, but I'm appreciative that my work goes that far. Maybe they did Google search and like, this is top 3.
You see the power of word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
God, this guy.
The power of word of mouth. Yep.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Like,
Yeah.
so I want to ask you guys,
Go ahead.
when people, because I know that they do, when people treat you like you owe them something, what is your reaction to it? Like, do you have an example of it? You have a story or whatnot?
Yeah, I could think of one where I was off to school and I remember when I left, everyone's like, you have to get this degree because no other man in the family has gotten a college degree. I was like, there's a lot of pressure. I mean, I'm just going off school to try to figure the things out. I mean,
In your own life.
I don't know what I'm
Exactly.
studying. My older cousin, who's 11 months older, is now studying aerospace engineering, and he's at a great school in Florida. Shout out to Embry-Riddle. But I was like, I can't compete with that. I don't know what to do. What do you guys want? And every day that I was away, people are calling me like, how's school? Are you doing good? Are you studying? Are you going to class? I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to do these things. I mean, this is all new, being on my own. I mean, there's nobody here that's from where I'm from. I can't relate to all these kids that are like, they know what they want to do and why they're here. And I was like, man, I just can't do this anymore.
So how did you fix that situation?
Actually, I finished. I just graduated. I got the associates. I started planning. I strategically started changing things. I was like, I'm gonna get the associates, and then I'm gonna switch to a different degree for something fun that I want and that I could live and do for fun long term. Which was
Did they get upset at you for switching?
Yeah, they did. Heck yeah, they definitely got upset with me for switching. Because they're like, well, why did you do that if you're going to go do this now?
They don't even understand how college works.
Yeah.
Like, that happens all the time. It's
Yeah.
like, you're more likely to change than you are to not change.
I came home, I gave my mom that degree. I was like, that's yours, okay? I don't even want it because I'm not even going to do this job now.
That's the thing with first generation.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
go to college.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
I dig it.
I switched that major like 3
Yeah.
times after that.
You know,
But I ended up getting one, get the degrees, get it done. I'm not even in that field.
You asked the question about ever feeling like you owe somebody.
yeah, like how do you do? Like, do you have a story about it? Like,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, so
like, how do you deal with those?
This
guys
is
deal with
this
a
is
lot of owing.
beyond, way beyond statute of limitations. So I'm good. So I am good. But yeah, so back in time, I did need extra money because I needed to fund my stock portfolios and different things and take care of mom, take care of my grandmother and stuff. So I dabbled into stuff that young men shouldn't be dabbling into. I don't recommend it, but sometimes you have to. So I'm very smart. I know how to do what I have to do. So I understand the value of $1. I understand to save. So I help invest people money in whatever the case may be, right? Fast forward now. Let me speak it up. Let's give you a back. So now, man, we're in this needed some protection for a situation that went out of hand, out of my control. They granted me the protection that I needed, but like mafia, you kind of owe a favor. So now I owe a favor. I have to make a trip. And I make this trip, and it's a very dangerous trip. But if you make it,
You good?
you're good. Did what I had to do, and good. That's why I don't like owing favors.
Absolutely.
You understand when you owe things, you have to do things that sometimes you might not want to do.
That's
Sometimes when people feel entitled to you in a sense, like, oh, I helped raise you, and they put this pressure. Now you feel like you owe by
yes.
giving back.
That's the biggest
and
one.
sometimes you overgive.
Yeah.
Meaning you're now left with that small mindset, like you don't have much because you gave it all away. Your mom says, "Oh, put you through college, fine." Your grandmother, you have to give money there. Then, all right, this family member is struggling. They hear your story. You feel like there's a need to give now
Exactly.
because you now have, and that's why I like you. Really don't owe them,
And they don't owe you nothing either.
Tell you the truth, your parents brought you into this world. So they actually have to take care of you. You didn't ask to really be
Exactly.
here. So when they do their part, you understand.
Exactly.
Responsibilities are always different.
But
Yeah.
when it comes to owing, after you reach a thing there, you give back and you give back and you give back, you can draw a line and say no.
Yeah, because some will
No,
guilt
you
you
have
and
to
try to shame
eventually.
you.
Guilt you.
They'll try to guilt, insult,
Oh,
shame
yeah.
you.
I
into
was the
doing
one
that.
that wiped your bottom when you was 10.
Reverse.
Somebody wiped your
The
bottom
mean
too. What have you
reverse.
done for them recently?
Right.
Now, before we move on, I'm gonna pivot the question a tad bit. Do you ever feel like how do I want to ask this question? Have you ever been made to feel like you owe somebody sex? Do you ever feel like when you're with your woman or whoever that you have to do it with them, that you owe it to them? You can't turn them down.
It's actually
Y'all wasn't expecting that curveball.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
It's an obligation, though, bro.
It is
It's an
for men. It's
obligation.
an obligation.
No, in
For men, it is an
in
obligation.
a relationship is going back to what we said before, previous episodes is listen, when it comes to sex,
When she come through,
if you want monogamy from a male,
Yes. This is.
like you said, what you said, empty his tank.
you have to empty the tank.
So is it that she owes you? I'm not saying, what I'm just saying is,
But that's a good question.
there's a contract
Do you owe
involved.
somebody?
You want monogamy? This
That is a
what
part of it.
comes with it.
Yeah.
That is a good question. What about you? You ever
no,
feel like
no, it's very much true. They have to know and understand our biology and that it's needed. So like if
As a
they're
man, though.
because it's like this. All right, you want me to be in the confines of this. You have to make sure that I am satiated, like I am satisfied. You don't want people out looking outside. Then what's the point of the relationship?
Right.
And we could just be
Once-
single and do our own thing.
Once you start,
But if I'm in there with you, work with me. Like, you know I'm a man.
limit his option of wanting to go, because he might
That is
still
true.
go
But it's gonna be far and few.
far and few if you can
Right.
limit it.
If you can limit
but
it,
do
yeah.
you feel like
It's
if she
owed to.
like do you feel like you owe it to her? Like if she wants it, like I want it right now.
She gonna get it. I'm gonna drink that Red Bull.
Yeah.
Drink that pink horsepower?
you
Yeah,
can
drink
tell
that
her
Red
no.
Bull.
That pink horsepower?
Tell her no.
Listen.
No matter how
There's-
exhausted I am.
There is Magnum, Blue Chew,
Blue Chew.
Viagra,
They make
Cialis,
honey.
They make so much for men for
Stone,
ED. They don't make enough for
Magnum,
women.
whatever.
What about you? If she said, I want right now, you can't tell me no. You gonna be like,
I wish that happened. I have 3 kids, bro. I got 3 kids and an old lady at home. I like literally.
man.
We plan it for when it can happen. It's like, okay, I
No,
know
that's what-
it's
that's
a Monday.
bad.
I gotta wait till Wednesday because
some
we gotta
planning
get the
isn't
week
always
started. I know she's gonna feel a little tired.
anticipation isn't
All right,
bad,
just
but
sick.
plan to have sex. Nah,
yo.
man, it shouldn't be
she
like
keeping
that.
it. She keeping you
Well,
on the
when you start
contract.
having children, and you'll see over
Yeah.
some time.
Hold up, what's up?
You'll be like,
I will.
you know what?
Hold on,
Her
hold on, real
libido has
quick.
gotten a little crazy.
Hold on, we're gonna continue
I'll
with this
respect, I'll
topic,
respect that. I'll respect that.
but because this is an interesting topic,
Yeah.
let's close off.
You transition.
Yeah, we're gonna transition. Let's talk
Yeah, I
for
felt
now
like I had
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
about the owing of sex and stuff. We could keep that,
Yeah.
but let's close off what you were talking about. So, what's your final word on owing, and does anybody owe you? And then we can have the fun.
Contracts and responsibilities aside, you don't owe anybody anything. Your friends don't owe you anything. Your parents don't owe you anything. Your family doesn't owe you anything, and you don't really owe them anything. Live your life. You came into this world by yourself. You're going to die by yourself. And now the real question is, but do you owe your significant other sex?
Let's
Man,
get
you better not hold out.
let's get spicy.
Yo, some of these women will hold out, man. I mean, I heard some of these
Listen.
women talk about, oh, do I have to give him a
Is this
blowjob on his
asterisk?
birthday?
It's very dangerous
Oh, that's
because
horrible. That's horrible.
like so I was watching this video, right? Shout out to who is it? Is it Mediocre?
I know you're talking about.
It's a light skinned guy.
Yeah, I know.
Shout out to him. He watches like 30-minute TikToks of women. Like there's times where there's times where women would say stuff like, well, if I want it, I gotta have it. There's no.
I'm like,
he
whoa.
can't reject me. And you see like 30-minute clips of girls saying, yo, if he says no, there's no, but we have to respect their.
Yep.
So I see that's a lovely question.
Yeah,
Why
I was
is
like-
that? It ties in, because what if a guy really doesn't want to, which is far in between, but what if he doesn't? What if you are not satisfying him that
I
day?
rejected my girl before.
Oh,
and
it's annoying.
Yeah, I have.
She's like,
Oh,
she's throwing a
when I rejected my girl, she's,
What
she's
happened?
like
Worse.
not happy at all. Like
Was she upset?
she was, and she started thinking and asking questions, started creating her own stories.
You gay?
in her
Are you
head.
cheating on me?
Yeah, there's a lot of questioning
Damn.
going on.
Why you gotta
All
be
of them-
gay? Like that's the
No,
worst.
it
That's
really-
the first one they know.
That's always the first one
they
they
always
did.
If you're
so
dating, a girl will say that, right?
Or
all the time.
she'll start throwing a hissy fit,
Or
and then
you're
it's like she's
cheating.
mad
Am I
at
too
you.
big? It's in my body. Like, no, I like him thick. That's what I told her. I'm just saying.
This
I
is
like
an
my
ex.
girl- Well, yeah, it was an ex before
Yeah.
the babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
No,
know.
I didn't say. I
You
was
know
just
my
curious.
previous dating style,
Yeah. You like them dick and nice. You know what I mean?
Well, you
Yeah.
gotta have birthing hips. That's what you're looking for right there, you know?
It's only fun if we get a little extra sun.
You gotta
Yeah,
have
good old
photo
typewriter
push.
booty. You know?
Oh, this guy.
Oh, bring it back.
This guy.
No, stop.
Oh man.
No, but yeah, to answer that question, you still, if a guy says no, you don't owe her.
You don't know her.
But it should be an obligation, because if you want it all the time and she's supplying it, the times that you might not want it, like he says, take some.
Yeah.
Take some and give it to her.
But also too, I think she should also respect it too. Because what if he's in a serious state of mind? I was watching what was the show called Euphoria, and the guy was with his girlfriend. And she's like, yeah, I'm trying to have something. He's like, yo, listen, I'm having a really serious situation, and I want to talk about this. I'm not really. And
Mentally
there
ill.
are going to be times like that too.
Yes.
That's true.
So
If we
true.
have to bend for them when they're getting emotional, they're going through
That
these
is true.
things.
yeah.
It should be the other way.
Yeah.
I don't think some women have that. What is it? They can't really. They don't have that understanding to say, let me put my feelings and what I want aside right now. I know I'm yearning for him, but let me just support him for what he needs right now. That's what we need a lot more of. Is when, I mean, at least I've seen that. I saw that with one female. She said that that's what she is and was. She can't support because she's. Well, I think that also comes with sex addiction too. So I don't know. Maybe she. I think this one was a sex addict. This person I'm speaking of.
I'll definitely say for me, while I don't believe I owe you anything, but to go back to a previous episode where I said, it's like it's already hard for women to want to be sexual and they feel like
so give it
whores
to
or
her.
whatever. So just give it to her. Like
Give it
for
to her.
me, for my personal belief, it's like fine, I'll just do it.
You'll
Eat-
just eat it.
exactly, but not all of it.
Just eat it.
Partial.
Exactly.
I think it was there. I don't know if I told you that one where I had the girl completely naked. And I was like, you know what? I just can't do this. She wanted it. We're both out
That
having
sounds like
drinks,
a-
having a good
Sounds like a
time.
nightmare.
And then you're just like, I would like to do this, but what's gonna come of this after? I just don't want to.
You don't want that.
And I know
drama.
women probably have that same issue where they're like, I don't want to give it up to a dude I just met at the club because, well, what's gonna happen after this? Like, what's tomorrow gonna be like?
Tomorrow's gonna rain. What's the problem?
Yeah.
Give it up.
You ain't seen the news? What you mean?
All
I
right,
got the AccuWeather forecast.
60% chance.
it's gonna rain.
On your
It's gonna
face.
rain.
Yo,
Yeah, 60% chance.
Work 60%. Work 60% of the time, all the time.
He checked.
If we're family and you're watching this, you should know I'm an adult. So
Yeah.
My family walked in on this shit. It was some shit, man.
I don't
tell
owe you nothing.
My uncle and aunts and everything. I was like, whoa. am I
Micaiah, what we
intoxicated?
got for the topic of the night?
Yo, the topic, which is a very interesting topic, came from our Instagram user. Let's shout it out. It
Shout out
said,
to you, IG.
what are some things you wish you or people knew about interracial dating? Difficult and fun aspects. Let me also ask this question on top of that so we can have a perspective. have everyone on this table been in a interracial relationship?
Dating, yeah.
Dating?
Yeah, dating,
Yeah.
yeah.
Every relationship that I'm in will always be interracial just by de facto because me being mixed. So it's like, even though I'm black and I'm raised black, it's like because of my genetics, I look different. And with that comes different treatments in my relationships. So I can't get away from it.
I haven't
That's
had
pretty cool.
too many so had a few, but a very small few. So
Same here.
I'll be
You had a small demographic. You've had a small sample of interracial dating, for real?
yeah, like a few.
I thought it was very small. I always thought his was very small.
Hey.
We love the sisters.
Yeah, when I said
Hey, yo.
anything that comes across black love, baby, I say it straight to his phone.
Hey.
Big sexy over here.
Said it's small.
Big black sexy over here.
It's how you use it.
All right. It's about the motion.
You know what it is?
Emotion.
It might be a little intimidation too, because I would say for some interracial dating, there's cultures that I wanted to try to date, and I was like, culturally, I know we can't work. That's just what it is.
I think religion can play a big.
Religion is
Yes.
Religion is
That's a big
too.
one.
Religion to me would be the biggest factor, and then second to that would be
culture.
family dynamic. Like culture,
Family dynamic.
you can usually adjust a
like
culture.
you said, the family living.
But family dynamic. So, for example, how would I say this? So when
Say it.
all right, so my personal belief a lot of times when I was younger is that your parents or whoever don't like me or whatever because I'm black or some nonsense or whatever. As I got into college and I started hanging out with different cultures and other things, I started realizing that not everything is always about being racist, but sometimes you have to understand that their family members may want them to be with somebody from the same culture because it's easier for them to communicate with, especially if the parents don't know English.
Yes.
You know, it's like I can now understand that if I'm with somebody from Lebanon and their parents want them to marry a Lebanese person, I don't take it too personal because it's like, no, they just want somebody that they can communicate with their daughter.
Right.
I understand that. It's not always like, oh, it's because you're black. You know, but it took me going to college and hanging out with different groups and experiencing various aspects of dating to come to that realization. But that don't mean that it's not always in there.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know?
My mom always wanted me with a Costa Rican girl, and I was like, you want a girl from back home? She's like, one just like me. I'm like, you crazy?
Yeah.
Like, one just like you?
And then also,
No
too,
offense.
being in an interracial relationship, as you know,
Yeah.
no matter what you do, your kids will always be black.
Yeah, they will.
No matter.
They will always
they
be
will-
black, no matter the
Yep.
color, no matter they look, the features they will show. That's, I think,
That's
I
the
think that's one
dominant
of the
gene.
things.
That's a dominant
Yeah.
gene.
Mhm.
And for me, I have to be with somebody that understands that and is willing to deal with those aspects. Just because I may date somebody from another culture doesn't mean that I want to be with them forever or have kids with them, especially if they can't handle that. That's a lot of stress. On me alone.
I saw that on, my girl was showing me that show. Was it Married at First Sight? And shout out to you guys.
Oh, that's a pretty dope show.
And well, there was a couple on there, and the guy was your skin tone. He was mixed, and he was trying to keep the white girl on the show from being known to the media that she was not understanding of him being black
Oh, yeah, I remember.
and his background.
Yeah.
My girl had to show me on the news. I was like, well, the whole issue on the show they kept saying was, oh, he doesn't want to have sex with her. He doesn't want to have sex with her. And it was
Maybe he
like,
just wants to get
the
to know her.
real reason was not the sex. The real reason was how she didn't understand the struggle of black men
Yes.
and him being a black
That's
professional.
the biggest one.
And he
Sometimes
tried
it's
to-
not attractive.
It's not attractive. So he tried to protect her throughout the entire show. So people are like, well, what's his issue? And she just wanted sex from him. And he's like, I have standards. I can't be, I'm not just going to lay down with a chick if she doesn't understand my struggle. You see what I'm saying? That's what we struggle with.
What
When it comes to some interracial dating, that's what a little struggle is.
I agree wholeheartedly because with the interracial dating that I've done, it's been more so like, white women and stuff. And for me, that's always been the biggest issue is that
I know
they
you
don't.
like cream in your coffee, bro.
I do. I love snow bunnies. I love playing in the snow.
I can't die with you on that hill, but congrats
love
to you.
it.
Yeah.
I love
I
it.
can't die on that hill, but congrats.
Listen. Like, but yeah, that always seems to be like the stop that we reach is that like they're never going to really fully understand. Like, and then not only that, like it's just a vast difference when it comes to cultures. Like we're never really gonna fully understand each other. I don't feel like there's much to be like. There's a middle ground here, and then also too, is always in the back of my mind, like about as far as my obligation to be like, I want to preserve as much as I can.
Yeah.
Our genetics too. You know what I'm saying? Being enough as light as I am already as it is,
Well, you're doing it here too, because you being on this podcast is letting the viewers and let them see that a man of your color and stuff can achieve a lot and be great.
Yes.
I think we're all doing that. I think we're all doing that on this podcast.
Yes,
Breaking
yes.
ground,
We
man.
got to do it. We got to do
Exactly.
it.
It's our job.
So-
Show an example of
Any
what
good
it looks like.
aspects?
No, so
Any
I
good
wanted,
aspects?
I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you guys. So, what are some things that, to the question? So, what are some things you wish people knew about interracial, or you?
I mean, I got a bunch, but
Let's talk.
I'll let you guys go first.
Go ahead.
I got a couple.
I did. All right.
Start
I'll be
off.
honest. I probably have 2 interracial that I would consider interracial. Was with white people, which white girls, and it was college and stuff. Yeah, I've dated Spanish girls, but because my grandfather's Cuban and I understand enough a little bit, yeah, there's a little cultural difference, but not enough as much as I've been with white people, and
It's black adjacent.
it's hard. Yeah, they a little bit more closer to us. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't have some things I know. What it helped when I dated that is it gave me a better understanding of where they stand. It made me understand how I'm viewed, especially by older white people. You're like, yeah, I get this. I get a lot of boy talk sometimes. Yo, yeah, boy. You know how?
Yeah, they just
older
use
talk.
that word like it's
You
normal.
heard it a lot.
Oh, I did.
I wonder
Yeah.
if they only use it for black people though. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know, because
But
that's for me, I don't know.
though.
I wish there was more.
I've never met a
generation.
white person that called me boy.
No? I can show you a few.
You gotta go more south or
Yeah.
more Midwest, even
Yeah.
PA,
PA.
you got to
You
go to
gonna
the
hear
sticks.
it. You gonna hear it.
You will hear it, or I hear this a lot. Oh, you're different for black.
Oh, I've hated that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I've heard that.
Yeah. Like, and I'm.
Oh, you
know,
speak proper for a black
Yeah.
person.
Didn't we do an episode on that? Go
yeah,
watch
we
that
did,
episode.
we did.
Yeah, go back and
watch
look at
it.
that.
So that's what I want to hear, because maybe you have a little bit more. Like, it was fun. It was a little fun thing. It's good with the communication, but overall, I didn't feel comfortable, and it's not something that. Shout out to them. Would I ever do it again? I don't know.
Interesting.
I'm still educating my
love
kids'
it.
parents, my kids' family on Black history and stuff.
Yeah, I
and our
love them as
struggle.
people.
Right.
I love, you could say even, I want to fetishize them, but you like maybe being
have a
with
preference,
them
or
at
you like-
times,
you
you
like-
know what I mean,
Mm.
for fun.
Mm.
But as far as to
Yeah, to build with.
build with,
No.
not so easy. And maybe it's also because of the environment that I grew up in.
Right.
You understand?
And what you're used to.
Caribbean, what I see all the time. So I don't know. So that's what I want to hear from you guys, because you,
I like more brown.
especially my cousin and you. I know you guys dealt with
Everyone.
a lot of interracial,
Yeah.
right? Mercy.
I know you guys are the experts.
Yeah.
So,
Me and him are like on the
so
lease.
teach
but
us.
yeah.
Teach
Yes.
us. So this question is for you.
All
I'll
right, so
read it
then-
again.
All right.
All right. So what is
All of a sudden, I'm
He's like,
like,
he's like, "Wanna hear
especially
from
you.
us?"
I thought you guys have like, yo, you
I don't. I had a few.
you the Snow King over here,
I
bro.
know, I had a few. I didn't.
few.
Don't
You
make
know,
it,
so they
don't
did.
make it this
I can-
You
astronomical
Mr. Freeze
number.
over here, man.
I can
I
talk
thought he was on
about.
slopes.
I can
I've
talk
had a
about the
few snow
difficulties
bunnies.
and some
Yeah,
fun
there's some
aspects.
All right, so-
difficulties.
But I
I'll
want to
go-
hear what you guys wish you
I'll
knew.
go with some fun aspects first.
Yeah, let's do it.
Food, hands down.
Okay.
Being able to
yes.
enjoy other people's
Yeah.
food.
Culture, yeah. love
Food,
it.
like, yo,
Mhm.
enjoying other people's food is some of the best things, because especially growing up Black American, there's not much, now we got some good stuff, but you got to go to people like like regular African
I was
American.
about to say.
No, we're not talking Jamaican stuff. Like I'm like
All right.
regular Black
Hey, he's talking
American.
about
Don't talk
What's wrong
down
with
on.
Jamaicans?
I'm
I'm
like,
saying, like,
don't be talking
no,
down
you
on
gotta only
black
have the
people
menu
cooking.
Like we only have
grows.
regular American food, so like
Ah.
even if you're dating somebody that's from Jamaican
Yeah.
culture, you get to appreciate those things.
Yeah.
Food is one thing.
Music.
Humor. Not every culture has the same type of humor.
That's true.
So, for example, most of my relationships have been with Asian women.
Mhm.
It took me a You don't know me.
Asia's big. Asia's big.
Oh, can you-
Asia's
can you-
very
can
big,
you-
man.
we go. Here we go.
Before you proceed, what
Yes.
that's general. What's tell me what type of Asian you dealt with. I want to know.
Laos, Cambodian.
So, Filipino.
Okay.
Filipino.
It was Filipino.
God.
What else? We gonna do the DMX voice.
Vietnamese.
Mm,
Chinese.
that's good.
Korean.
Okay, that's good too.
They're the black people of. No, I'm just
Yes.
No, I thought it was Philippines was more so the black. They call them negritos.
As one of my
dark
one of my
ones, yeah.
one of my best
dark.
friends, he's Filipino. He's the one that told me. He said that Filipino. I didn't come up with this. He said that Filipino people are considered the Mexicans of Asia. I was like, wow.
Oh, that's
Well, the Spaniards
Joyce-
they go over, yeah.
Joe Coy, whatever his
Yeah,
name
Joe
is.
Coy,
Yeah.
I was like, wow,
Talks
that's kind of
about that.
harsh.
Yeah.
I was like, dang.
Because Spain conquered them for a while. So.
But
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my realm of expertise. But also my degree is in East Asian studies. So it's like you
Yes.
are what you surround yourself with.
Makes sense.
Yes.
It's like if you hang out with only black people, you're going to wind up dating black people.
Yeah.
Just makes perfect sense.
Exactly.
So good aspects definitely. Well, humor is interesting because I had to learn the difference between Western or American humor and like humor from East Asia. So if you watch like a Japanese variety show, Korean variety shows, their humor tends to be more slapstick, like I'll smack you in the back of your head, Three Stooges type of humor.
Okay.
Ah, dang.
It took me a while to understand certain things in humor in that aspect because especially Black American humor is dark as hell. It's some funny stuff, but
Oh yeah.
it's very depressing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I could
You gotta make light of the bad times, right?
get real dark.
You know?
Love that chicken for pot in the box.
That's a good inside joke.
But another good thing too is, and I think this is really the beautiful thing that people don't really get to a lot of times, understanding the commonalities that you actually share.
Mm.
So my degree is in East Asian Studies. I have a different understanding of the parallels between African Americans, Black people, and Asian American people in the United States. I see the parallels. I see the similarities. I see where we can come together and really work together and make things better. So I see like where the hope truly is. That is another benefit that you see. You get to form a commonality between the person that you're dating and see like, oh, hey, my people are like this too. We're actually more similar than we are different. You know?
So what about you, bro?
Yeah, I done
Give me-
dated some cultures.
So,
So a couple.
So,
Latin
is-
America, South America.
What is some things you wish you knew beforehand
Mm.
when it came to dating them?
Um,
Or did you? And then
I already kind of knew it from our culture, being Costa Rican, just how heavy the religious background was and how much it influences the culture. And some use God as shame and they shame themselves. I mean, the cultures themselves kind of do that in themselves. Like, it's. I get you take care of your ancestors and those that came before you, but when do you take care of yourself? Like, your kids are gonna take in this modern society. Your kids aren't gonna take care of you anymore. So really, it's I think society's moving us to be selfish too. But man, when you're in an interracial relationship, one thing I would say I wish I had learned ahead of time. You are being perceived away and you're being watched, and just understand that you're being listened. They take what you say, they take what they see, and that's if you're uncomfortable, and if you're I've been in uncomfortable situations because I'm not comfortable even in my interracial relationships. I'm still not comfortable because I know they still have the stigmas and the schemas attached to their culture.
I think that comes with just being Black. Like, you never feel comfortable.
But I mean, if I'm like,
that's an interesting.
if I'm being a business owner, right, and I'm gonna start a business, and then I'm dating Miss Latina chick over here, and Miss Latina chick is saying, "Oh well, I take care of my mom, and I do this, and I do some hair on the weekends, and I'm a nurse." Okay, that's great. So what are we building for future? Well, if we get together, you got to bring my mom with me, and my dad got to come and live with us. Why? Because that's how we do it in our culture.
But that's a
That's not a black thing.
That's a carbon. No, that's a compromise.
Even nursing homes weren't created for black people.
But
Nursing homes were white people.
like, the reality is that's more common in human history amongst all cultures. It's more so in recent times where either you've evolved to not take care of the elders, or that's just a cultural shift because you can't.
Yeah, you financially can't. There's a lot of cultures that really can't, even if you're interracial dating or not.
Yeah.
could I ask you guys a question? Did you, so being that you guys been in several, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever had to be the representation of black? Like when they come to you, they're like, oh, like so how do they do
Yes.
this? Or they like to.
I never been with a wigger. I never been with a wigger. If that's what you're
always,
asking.
No, they always want to know. Like you have to explain like the whole black race because they're
Not the
No?
whole black race. So
Okay, good.
like,
I'm always curious.
I did have that one that asked me like, well,
Why do black people do this?
Yes, and
stuff
then
like that.
and then it got to a deeper conversation where we were talking about just the emasculation of the man in general, from the white man first getting emasculated and then on down, like him now being not to say
know
trans,
what
but
you mean.
drag and all that stuff, being in a dress and stuff. That was not started by a black man. So first him being emasculated, and then us being put into this situation now where we're being driven away from our women, our black women, and you're putting us in different plantations, whatever, and well, what are we gonna do now? And then now okay, well, let's throw some crack in there now after we make them free and put those in jail. Well, we really don't know what to do now, and we're looking to the streets. And then, oh well, we have music telling us what to do. Okay, listen to the song.
it's definitely, it can
We
be
can't
complicated.
figure this shit out.
But so I'm just gonna preface this. Whether you have a fetish or preference, that's on you. Nobody can really tell you who to date and what to do.
Right.
Like, unfortunately, some people date for fetishes, some people date for preference, some people date in between, some people date, stay in their race. With that being said, fetishizing your significant other, it's a tricky subject because it is sort of what drew you to them, but those aren't the things that keep you to somebody. Like you can fetishize somebody and be with them, but that won't keep you around. That person keeps you around. So
I saw that firsthand with a coworker of mine who was Puerto Rican, who got with a European woman, a white European woman. This white European woman got fetish. She loved dancers, and she loved Spanish dancers. He was a break dancer. They got together. He told me, he's like, dude, she's only with me because I'm a break dancer. We have so many issues in our home and our relationship. We cannot build. We have issues with the dog, her car, my car, our friends, different situations, and we can't get past any of that because she can't understand who I am and what my culture really is.
But then
she liked me for the fetish.
but then that's a problem. That's a personal problem. Now I wouldn't
Yeah.
put that on interracial dating. I would put that
No,
on
that's
an
a personal.
individual.
But I think there's some people that date for the fetish. Like how many girls are here like, oh, I want a BBC.
But here's the
I can
thing.
see that online right now. This one girl toxically dates men. She's from Minnesota, my dude. She's a homie,
Oh, you
and she
showed me,
dates.
yeah.
Yo, she only dates brothers, and
Well,
she doesn't
we
date them long.
we can all say that's from porn.
Yeah, there's that
Right,
shit.
we can say it's a
But here's
sexual
the
addiction,
but there's a double. I don't want to say a double standard.
Sexual addiction,
But,
though.
like,
but it's
people-
just,
her body count high because of what? Why is her body count high?
People
She
buy
found
into
hella good guys, and
but
why is her
people
body
buy
count still
into
going
those
up?
fetishize. Like people buy into those stereotypes and fetishizing. So let's be real.
Promiscuous.
The girl writes it on the walls and bars.
If you in the club, you drinking, you having a good time, and a shorty come up to you, I don't care. She's just not black, but she's attractive, and she's like, "Oh, I've never been with a black guy. I like you. I'm curious," and you're interested in her. Are you gonna hook up with her?
yeah.
Okay,
Cheers,
it's
Clark.
an advantage for you.
Because
you know
it's
what?
an
no matter what,
advantage.
they all pink on the inside.
You know what?
God damn, you sound like my brother.
like DeJounte always says.
They all pink.
My brother said that.
It is. So
Challenge.
in the color.
Shout out to J
Accepted.
Jams. He's the one that told me that as a
He
teenager.
always says this challenge accepted.
But what I'll definitely
There
say,
you
like,
go. I
I've
like
never
it.
had a situation. Well, my first,
Yeah.
well, technically my second relationship, but she was half black, half Filipina. So there's that. Like, obviously she's black too, so she's not gonna be like, oh, a representation of black people. Everybody else afterwards, I don't think that they fetishized me, but at the same time, I'm in a different space because that's actually my realm of studies. It's different if not to throw it out there. No, throw it out there. It's different if I'm like the guy from 90 Day Fiancé and I go to Thailand knowing that I got money and I'm a white guy that goes there with money and I look affluent and I'm going after these fetishized women because oh, hey, I'm white, I have money, you should come with me, come to America.
Yes.
You know, people that do that shit.
There's people that do that shit, yeah.
No, it's
a hell of a
called 90 Day
so good.
Fiancé.
Did you know you can
That's
go
a really
right
good
now
show,
and
too. My
buy
grandmother
a wife?
put me on that.
You can go over there and buy a wife.
Yes.
Get set up and buy a wife any country. I seen it.
In that aspect,
Shout out to Thailand. We're gonna be there soon.
Yeah, we
You better
going
watch
to
your
Thailand.
pockets.
Trying to get a massage
It's all right.
with the stones.
But
Cop a few.
The hot stoves.
but one thing that I wish that I knew. What did I wish I knew? Try to learn some language, not even just for her or him, but at least for if you're serious about that person, for the parent.
Yes.
Because it's the same
That's
thing
important.
it's like, hey,
If you know just a little bit, to have small talk.
exactly.
Learn your partner's culture. Learn their background. Learn where they're from. Try to learn it. Try to grasp it.
But also, above all else, you better enjoy their food.
Yeah.
Because it is wild disrespectful to go to the home of your significant
So
other.
you telling me to enjoy something? What if it isn't cooked good?
Dude, I'm telling you,
that's your fault. You chose that person.
If you go and
You chose that person.
If her Hungarian aunt is cooking you that cow tripe with mashed potatoes, sweet potato gravy,
I'll give you.
swallow it down with a smile on your face.
So there was
Yo, cow tripe is wow. That is something.
Tripe is good.
I've never swallow it down.
I'll give you a perfect example.
I eat cow foot
Well,
though.
before we continue, just real quick. Let me just say this.
Here come the shenanigans. Here come the shenanigans.
He's like, hold on.
I'm gonna say something to the audience. real
Go
quick,
ahead.
all right?
Tell him.
So, guys, you might not see or hear me and DeJounte speaking as much. Sometimes on this podcast, we have people with better expertise in certain areas.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes we like to enjoy with you guys. So if you see us watching or listening,
We listening too.
we're not quiet because we don't have something to say, but we tend to listen to because they have a better understanding,
More
right?
experience.
So
Yep.
you might watch an episode like, yo, they not saying much.
I did that in episode 17.
I can't wait
Because
to hear.
sometimes we have people that better
And we're
relate to these things. So continue. That's
Also-
just for the fans.
Also, no matter what you do, if you have a string of dating a certain ethnicity that's not your own, everybody's gonna accuse you of having a fetish.
Yes.
Like everybody will always accuse you of having a fetish. It can't be a preference. It can't be a situation. It's like, oh, you must fetishize this. You must love this the most. So me, for example, obviously, so many people think I have an Asian fetish, which I'm like, I guess if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's probably a pigeon. But it's not a duck. It's still an avian creature. But the reality is that me personally, growing up in the black community, I tend to prefer somebody that A, understands black culture, black mannerisms, and then B, probably has a little bit of they act like a black person because I'm comfortable with that. We can, we
There's
can
some
joke
girls
around.
from Portugal I met like that.
So when you're dating, the different Asians or whoever you're dating.
He said I'm the Carmen San Diego dating Asian people.
You are Asian Negro? That's what you looking for?
Yo, bro.
So that's why I was gonna ask basically.
You looking for African Asian?
Asian Negro. Nigga?
Adiga? Is that why you want Adiga?
Chill. Y'all gonna have me lose my degree. Y'all gonna have me lose my credibility. No, I'm not falling for that.
All right, but no,
But I know
seriously.
But it's like I'm gonna say yes.
so kind of where she
Only-
understands, but
I want somebody that can. They don't have to
Wear
be-
fake lashes and
right.
Oh, you mean like the
have
Asian
blood
baby girls and stuff?
injections.
Yeah.
No, I like.
No,
No, I'm fine with Asian
No, I'm
baby
talking
girls.
about any of
but
these girls that get fake injections
Everything
and
is fake.
curvinesses and
Listen, everything is fake nowadays.
fillers.
My feelings are fake. You know.
Oh, that's true.
Deep bars.
I just made it.
But
I'll
yeah.
definitely say that all I look for ultimately is somebody that will take the time to understand my culture and
Dope.
me as a person. Because especially as a black guy, I've had in pretty much all of my relationships, I've always had an issue of once you're angry, you're the angry black man.
Yeah.
And that's always like,
They'll flat out come up to you and say like, "Oh, you're acting like an angry black man." Or
Yeah,
something?
that's
no,
what she
but
told me.
when you're black and
At
angry,
Easter.
when you're black and angry, you're an angry black man. You're
Yeah.
scary.
And if you
So
if you distance
so
yourself
they-
from the family, you are the angry black man too.
You can sense the fear. It's like when have you ever seen me like livid, angry?
Right. That is.
Yeah, because they
No.
put that gun to your back and you was chill. Well, that was you.
But it happens. It's like I've told people all the time, like I'm actually angry constantly, but I know how to keep myself controlled because you're not used to that level of aggression. If I do it, it looks scary and violent. But I'm like, what's the
Yes.
difference between me doing it and somebody else? That's a difficulty that you may face. But I guess to leave it off on a positive note,
May
for me-
face. I feel like you always gonna face that.
Yeah.
you-
If they feel
Because
there's
as a
no
black person, you
consequence.
just like, oh, it's just like, oh, I can't wear a hoodie, or it's like, it's just gonna be like, oh, I can't live.
Also, not every black guy has mandingo. I don't know about anybody else, but the fetish of like bigger is better. I don't know. Someone to
not
stand
true.
by it.
Right.
Like-
some women know the truth.
And but I feel like every woman has a black fetish.
Yeah, they do.
I feel like
Of
If
course.
it's not a black fetish,
That's the number one search.
It's a girth fetish. It's
VVCs.
a big thing fetish. You know, they all wanted something bigger.
Blacked.
This conversation is pretty dope. How about next episode we bring back a part 2
Oh, okay.
because time is fleeting.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We all gotta go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock in the morning now.
Yeah, 6 in
Grinding. 6 a.m. in Toronto right now.
What is it?
Calling.
So,
Heat check.
yo, this was dope. I love hearing this,
Yo.
and I want to hear more. And maybe we skip a lot of the stuff so we can hear you guys speak.
You trying to get some education so we
Yeah,
can go
'cause,
on.
hey,
we can go global
yeah.
tribes?
We're going to Thailand real soon. We are. Just we're putting
Okay.
So,
get a couple of wives.
Oh, there's some great karaoke there, right? There's some great singers
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
great
Karaoke
singers.
Where you could
What you
like,
mean?
there's a place you take shots and you have to sing.
I actually watch a lot of these streamers over in
crazy.
Asia that stream, and they there's some really good singers over there. They have really nice voices.
What about white people? They do
Yeah,
good
me-
karaoke
Oh,
too.
there's, yeah, I got my white friends.
But there's no
that do karaoke.
seasoning
I
to
follow
it.
them.
Oh, man. I'm not coming.
I
Wait, you mean no spice?
No, they have
oh my god!
heat
Garlic,
check.
black pepper, and salt.
I don't know if that was heat check or
This. Oh yeah, it probably was.
A little bit of onion powder.
Go ahead, keep going. I want to hear
Wait,
it.
you
I'm
telling
done,
me this?
I'm
No, I
done.
want to hear it. No,
That's
you
that
gotta
Paul
say
and
it.
Pat fried
You
chicken.
gotta say the seasoning.
DeJounte was canceled.
Talk about the Paul and Pat fried
Oh.
chicken.
He ain't getting canceled.
Sazon.
He's on cancel. No, I'm joking.
Damn.
But if you want to see all the good and bad aspects of probably an interracial relationship, I say watch 90 Day Fiance.
Yes.
that
I think
show
that's
is
a perfect show. That
And Married at First Sight.
at least by
wanna-
the American
90
standard.
day,
Yeah, 90 Day Fiancé is
but
definitely
90
real
Day
toxic.
Fiance takes the cake.
Yeah, that one really
you
does.
guys
That shows how
don't-
dumb you look in America when you try to do it.
I need to hear more from you guys.
Yes.
So maybe next episode.
Later down the- yeah.
Or you
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
add another question with this, and then
Or they
we
can-
talk about it a little more.
Yeah, but they can just send us a quick question and then we'll
Yeah,
answer it in like one of the short clips.
And there are some
most
toxic
definitely.
interracial relationships too. We don't. There's some blessed interracials. We can say
Yeah.
there's definitely some toxic ones
And
out there. that are
I'm
just not
I'm
healthy.
willing if that opportunity ever plays, but they just have to be able to understand cultural.
I'm gonna fight you a nice
differences and
Alaskan woman. She's from the United States, of course, but
You like an
she
Inuit
looks a little
woman?
different. She looks a little.
You mean like a
different.
Native American woman?
Yeah. Indigenous Alaskan. That's where we're gonna get you.
stuff. So DeJounte.
That's what this big got bare
Before we get canceled, me and you.
Oh, they're trying to cancel you.
I'm not
No,
trying
our
to get-
jokes. No, me and him
I know.
joking.
Sometimes it'll slip out. Be like, all right,
doing me, I
mental
gotta-
note.
I
I gotta tone it down. I gotta tone it down.
Don't come after me.
We ain't get canceled.
All right,
Y'all ain't
so
canceling nobody.
thanks to all you guys, wherever you are in the world. Be appreciative of
Guys and
all
gals.
guys and gals.
And
And in
theys.
between.
And theys.
Be appreciated with all that God has blessed you with, because at one point in time, it was one of your heart's desires, and that is what you prayed for, and you finally got it. Be thankful for your blessings, for appreciative heart brings much more abundance, especially in the day and age where we live, where anxiety is high and it steals your inner peace and happiness. Be thankful, be grateful, be appreciative, and keep pressing forward. Yo, thank you for rocking with us at Peepthiswom, for joining us. We thank you for the support, the love. Continue to rock with us on this journey. Don't forget to smash the like button, comment,
Subscribe.
and subscribe. This is Peep This Wom. Peep this word of mouth. Tuning out. Till next time.
Peace.